I have an addiction to TV shows, and once I start, I just can't stop. Recently, a friend recommended I start watching Fringe, mostly because I had just run out of other things to watch. The sci-fi series portrays the FBI's Fringe division solving unexplained and mysterious, and often quite gruesome events. So with this in mind, I decided to watch the very first episode. Well, it was gross. The episode was about a bioterrorist attack on an in-flight plane where a self-administered shot led to an airborne epidemic, causing everyone's skin to fall off and finally turn into goo. But if it was so gross, how was I so into it? The ideas, the concepts, the thrill, the science, it was all just so gripping. It caused my jaw to drop, just like the skin dropping off of those people's bodies. Well, the idea of fringe science just seemed so possible in the episode. So I set out on a quest to find out what exactly was it about this nasty and disgusting TV show that was just so entertaining. My first stop was to set out and find some testimonials. I wanted to see if I was the only one that was so tied into the plot. Just as I had thought, many others were just as caught up in the action as I was. Cam DPT on TV.com claimed that Fringe is the best paranormal TV show since The X-Files. Great plot twists, great character development, it gets on all cylinders. Another was by Mark Barnes 420, who stated, "Finally, something intelligent on TV." And personally, I agree. With all the TV shows out there like Grey's Anatomy, The Office, and Castle, it's about time that the sci-fi lovers got a show too. But these testimonials only showed I wasn't alone, and I was out on a quest for why this show was so addicting, as nasty as it was. So instead of finding personal testimonials, I decided to find some critics. Barry Guerin at The Hollywood Reporter said that although the episodes are self-contained, each has a clue that points to the overall involvement of a shadowy, giant corporation called Massive Dynamics. Combine these elements with solid special effects and confident direction, and you get some heavy-duty counter-programming to ABC's Dancing with the Stars. As I searched online, many claimed that the show was so interesting due to Peter Bishop, the mad scientist. He seems to be able to solve every mystery that comes through the door. Some said that the human addiction with fringe science, such as teleportation and reading one's thoughts after death, is something that the viewers ponder about and therefore feel a connection to in the show. Could it be that viewers are so into the idea of fringe science that we expect these things to actually happen? There is a sort of intensity in all of these themes that is only reiterated by the way the series itself is set up. Since the episodes only solve what occurs within them, they slowly answer the broader question that's set within the series. Most TV shows seem to have 2 to 3 big problems per season. They slowly get revealed, and every episode is a continuation of that specific problem. Often, a series will have a 2-part episode that continues that problem into the next week, but none of these episodes come close to what J.J. Abrams does in Fringe. The show does do the same as the others, whereas it has issues per season, but it operates differently because every single episode has a beginning and an end. But then again, the season's problem is different and constantly in question. Rarely does the audience get the answers it's asking for, which leaves them hooked and begging for more. So is this why I sat glued to my computer while watching the first episode? Because I was yearning for a solution, but nothing came. It wasn't the skin dripping off their bodies, which frankly I'm relieved to find out wasn't my addiction to the show, but I think it was the amazing way that the series has chosen to define itself, that it strikes everyone who watches. Fringe uses this different and compelling setup to entice its audience, to draw them into the season. Each episode acts like a separate cookie crumb on Hansel and Gretel's path, leading them to the final climactic situation. So now I'm currently on episode 11, and from what I hear, I'm only gonna get further and further into the series.